A very, very warm welcome to each and every one of you who've gathered here today on this amazing platform for a super session awaiting all of us. My name is Shubhani Sharma, and I'm the head of Ryan Content of Ryan TV, a media initiative by the Ryan International Group of Institutions. It is my proud privilege to welcome each and every one of you gathered here today on behalf of our respected chairman, Sir Dr. A.F. Pinto, Managing Director, Madam Dr. Grace Pinto, and the entire Ryan family. The Ryan Connect Olympics 2021, powered by Univariety, is going to be an amazing session. You are going to get to hear the real life experiences of some of our alumni. What did they achieve? How did they achieve? What to do? And more importantly, what not to do. Let me give you a bit of an idea of what to expect during this session. The real life experiences you're going to hear are from our alumni, Lakshya Singhani, Ayush Sharma, and Sushant Jaswal. We will have some light-hearted moments by some of the premier entertainers of this generation, Anupam Dhanchok and Saloni Daini. We have two very important keynote addresses by none other than our CEO, Mr. Ryan Pinto, and Dr. Snehal Pinto, the director of the Ryan International Group of Institutions. We will have a very interesting panel discussion. Our panelists will be Vani Gera, Devashish Miglani, and Mahir Khan. After the panel discussion, my young friends, we will leave the floor open for some question and answers. So be prepared. Get your doubts resolved. Get your questions answered. Because they're the ones who are going to tell you what they did. You can hear it directly from the horse's mouth. Let's start this session rolling. It is my proud privilege to begin this session with a keynote address by none other than our Chief Executive Officer, Mr. Ryan Pinto. Ryan, sir, is the youngest social entrepreneur in the K-12 education sector and has been instrumental in the transformation of Ryan Group into a brand synonymous with quality and affordable education. He has implemented new pedagogical practices, including cutting-edge apps, interactive classrooms, flipped learning, and innovation labs to improve learning outcomes. The ecosystem which he created helped the Ryan schools pivot immediately to online learning when the lockdown started in 2020 due to COVID. Ryan sir has been conferred many awards, but I think the one closest to all our hearts is the 40 under 40 most influential Asians awarded to him in the 2021 by the Asia One Young Asian Leaders Awards. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Ryanites, welcome me in requesting for the first keynote address from none other than our young and dynamic Chief Executive Officer, Ryan sir. I'm looking forward to this interactive session because it's not only about our alumni. We have been meeting them over the years. As head of Ryan TV, it has been my privilege to interview them, to talk to them. And believe me when I say this, one thing that resonates with all of them is that each and every one of them love the motto, excellence in education and all around development. The Ryan Group has a very strong basis in the foundation, which is academics, but also equal importance is given to their all-round education, their holistic education. Ryan, sir, we are very, very honored to have you among us here today. A very, very warm welcome, sir. The floor is yours.
A very good evening to each and every one. Firstly, I want to thank God Almighty for all of you and for this amazing event. I'm truly excited and I'm super happy to see so many of our students who have signed up and who are here watching us over this webinar jam and watching us live also on YouTube. So for the ones I think on YouTube, you must be wondering why are you there and why the webinar is you're not on the webinar jam. Well, we've got more than 10,000 students who have signed up and we are actually full. And that's why we have this going live at the same time on YouTube. I bring greetings from our chairman, Dr. Dave Pinto, and from our managing director, Dr. Grace Pinto, for all of you, dear students. This event, the Ryan Olympics, is the first of its kind. And amazingly, you are part of history because this is the largest alumni online event, not just for us at Ryan Group, but it is the largest one being held in the country. So a big hand for all of you. I think it is something to really be proud of and be happy. And we're doing this in partnership with Univariety. So I want to wish Mr. Jaydeep and the entire Univariety team all the very best. Today at this Olympics event, we have so many of our notable alumni studying in some of the well-established, well-renowned universities here in India and also abroad. And we have the panel discussion going to happen, and we have some entertainment. I am truly looking forward to being here and participating and watching this event. And I really hope for all of you students, this first event will be something exciting, something of a great learning experience. Because at Ryan, we believe that we want to give you the best learning opportunities, the best learning platforms. And in the middle of the pandemic, though we can't reach you in person, though we may not even be able to meet you in person, but at least in the form and the medium of technology today, we are able to conduct such an event, such a over this platform, and be able to reach out. I want to thank all of our alumni who have accepted and are participating and are going to be in today's event. I'm sure that all of you who have signed up are eagerly waiting to interact, ask questions, and learn from your seniors who have passed out from your schools. So it's going to be an exciting evening, exciting a couple of hours together. And I just want to wish all of our alumni the very best. And I wish all of our current students the very best. I hope that all of you enjoy this event together. And this is going to be the first of many such events coming your way. So students, there will be other events that will be conducted in your schools for your individual school as well. And there will be other national events like this that we will conduct. Hopefully in the future, we will have them conducted in person, physically as well. In the meantime, I will hand it back over to Shivani Miss. And once again, I wish all of the students the very best. All the best to the alumni. Thanks for being here. And I'm really looking forward towards this interaction, and greetings from Sir and Madam. Sir had this vision of Ryan Connect many years ago to bring together all of our students from across our schools in India and the ones who have graduated and are living abroad, studying abroad, who are actually settled abroad as well, and even across many countries. But bringing our Ryan students, because we believe at Ryan's that we are a family, and to be connected back to the family. This is the initiative, Ryan Connect. I wish you all the very best. God bless you.
Thank you so much, Ryan sir, for those words. And we all truly believe, we hear the words, the visionary chairman sir, respected chairman sir, and believe me, it's true in every way, because Chairman sir started Ryan TV way back in 2008. And today I proudly brag to everyone that I meet that, look, it's become a subject in the ICSE curriculum. You know, you've got mass media and communication. So his dream of having Ryan Connect and connecting with all our alumni is just one more of his visions, which is seeing the fruit of his visions today. So thank you for those lovely words. And dear friends, dear students, teachers, faculty, everyone who's joined us here today, we've prepared this lovely audiovisual for all of you. I'm sure you're going to be inspired. I'm sure it's going to touch something in your heart and you will be able to identify with it. May we please have the audiovisual?
Friends, I say that I am a reflection of my teachers.
The school shaped me into something I never imagined I could be.
The best thing that Ryan has given me is confidence.
My entire schooling journey was absolutely brilliant, like from what I've experienced in school.
The school helped me a lot in becoming who I am today.
Most most important knowledge that the school has given to me is the knowledge of etiquettes, knowledge of manners, knowledge of personality.
The school shaped me into something I never imagined I could be. Although there are still many barriers to overcome, but then again, I guess I am what I am because of what the school made me.
Ryan has really prepared us to be leaders in the new world.
I believe being from a multi-socio-cultural background, and being in North India especially, you hear a lot of cries of discrimination and stuff, but those things never happened with me. I was accepted by the people very willingly. The teachers, whenever there's a problem or something, they absolutely help you out and they'll go beyond.
The school helped me a lot becoming who I am today. The debate competitions, conducting assemblies, being the monitor, being a part of the council, interacting with students and teachers. It just helps you enhance and grow as a person. You know how to interact with people, you know how to open up socially, and the stage fear gets lost.
The first speaker for the day is alumnus Sushant Jaiswal. He's an alumnus of Ryan International School, Noida. He's currently with IIT Madras. Sushant, the floor is yours. Being the first speaker is definitely going to be a very daunting task for you, but we are really eager to listen to what you have to say as you share your experiences with all of us. Join me as we welcome Sushant Jaiswal from Ryan International School, Noida, alumnus of 2020. Hi, Sushant. Thank you so much for joining us here today.
Good evening, ma'am. I hope I'm audible and visible
Perfectly.
as well.
Perfectly.
Thank you.
Go ahead. The floor is yours.
Okay, so should I begin with my speech? Okay,
Go ahead.
sure. So a very bright evening to one and all present here. Hi, my name is Sushant Jaiswal and I'm a 2020 graduate from Ryan International School, Noida. At present, I am pursuing my ME degree program, 5 years integrated course from Indian Institute of Technology, Madras. Well, before that, let me be very respectful and welcome you all to today's event. Probably I'm one of the youngest alumni who would be speaking or addressing you all in today's event. Well, today I'm going to share my journey from school, that is Ryan Noida, to IIT Madras. A very quick, crisp journey in the form of a story, you can say. Well, to begin with, I'm a student from humanities with maths background. That means in class 11th and 12th, I had subjects related to arts and mathematics in both the classes. I scored a weighted percentage in class 12th with around 97.6%. And after graduating from class, motive or my aim was to get admission in a college through an entrance exam. Well, that means that I don't really wish to take an admission through merit, and that's the big problem, you can say, with me. I always wish to prove myself, because I've heard a lot of people, I've heard the historic people saying that it's not right, it's not good, that arts people always get so high marks and thereafter they just have to get into colleges through merits and they don't have to give entrance exam. Well, I really wanted to prove that wrong, and I did that. So what did I do? Well, we had a pandemic period. We had a long stretch of lockdowns, right? Around 3, 4, 6 months. And during that point of time, I prepared. So while I was preparing, I had prepared not just for one exam, but for multiple exams. So I basically prepared for 5 exams, out of which I cracked 4 exams. And one among them was IIT Madras. So basically, I attempted, or I seated for HSE, Humanities and Social Sciences Entrance Exam 2020. And I even sat for that was 20. Then I even sat for BUUET, that is Banaras Hindu University undergraduate entrance exam. And then I even sat for DTU, Delhi Technological University, for economics honors. And thereafter for SSB as well, in the sense for St. Stephen's College for economics honors. And thereafter also in ISI Kolkata exam. Well, the matter of fact is, I attempted all exams. I cracked them. HSC, I got All India rank 15. BHU, I got 220. DTU, I got rank 2, All India rank 2, and the NDI cleared. Unfortunately, I could not clear ISI. Reason being that I could not, or I was not still prepared to cope up with the level of maths that is being taught at ISI. But that does not mean I did not level up or coped up with the maths that is being taught at IIT Madras. Well, I could level it up. So that was the only point which I could not crack. Otherwise, all the interviews like St. Stephen's and SSB also were cracked by me. But I denied taking admission or seat into them. Reason being, I had already chosen the college, and that is IIT Madras. Why did I choose that? I'll just let you know. Well, the fact is that during this whole period, it's very important to maintain a decorum and a balance. Well, the fact is, it's very tough to self-discipline yourself. Well, during the pandemic, you cannot go outside, right? And during this whole procedure, I did not take any coaching. Mind you, that humanities students don't get coaching; they only get tuitions. So I did not have any tuition, and also I did not have any coaching because I'm a humanities guy, right? And whatever test I gave was totally on the basis of self-study. So I studied myself, I surfed the internet, I surfed everywhere, and I gathered material. I had a very well planned timetable, you can say, and I would especially like to thank our chairman, sir, Dr. Augustine Francis Pinto. Well, he is the most respected person that I would say that he has really helped me out in actually maintaining my balance. Well, the fact is his 12 vision points has really helped me in pursuing my aims very easily, as well as in making my timetable. And thereafter, of course, I'm managing that Madam Grace Pinto and then our Dynamics sir, CEO sir. So this huge Ryan family, the heads of the Ryan family have taught me a lot many things in maintaining my decorum and balance all throughout this preparation period as well. And that has really helped me in sailing through this pandemic period and preparing well and then cracking lot many exams and earning name in the field of cracking exams, not only in Noida, Delhi, but all across India and even in fact all across the world. Well, the fact is that one needs to maintain discipline, and I did. Every day getting up early in the morning at 4 and then studying, having discussion with my parents, moreover getting defocused, because it's very important to be mentally fit and physically fit as well. So you need to have some exercise at home, you need to discuss out with your parents, you need to interact with them as well, and you need to have a very cool down thing. Remember friends, before getting focused, always try to have a defocused environment. Okay, don't try to stress yourself up, because if you're trying to go for a very hard work, right, that's not right. You need to go for smart plus hard work, right? And I always say that it's always 99% is your hard work and smart work, 1% is luck. And I truly believe in that 1% is luck. But that does not mean that you should stop working for those 99%. Okay, please work for 99%. 1%, leave it to God, leave it to the ultimate force. He will take care of that. Okay, so this was my basic entry to these entrance exams, I can say, right? And I cracked these exams, and as soon as I cracked the IIT Madras, I opted for it. First reason, it's NIRF rank 1, All India rank 1. Moreover, it has the wonderful campus you have ever seen in your life. It has all the facilities from sports, from NCC sports, scouts and guides, and theater, anything. You just name it, you have within the campus. You have a very strong background. I would say you have a very strong alumni connect within the campus. Though I'm in the Department of Humanities and Social Sciences at IIT Madras, through which we can only enter by this exam called HSC. You can just surf it on the internet. That is Humanities and Social Sciences entrance exam, right? And there are only 50 kids that get selected every year. This exam is only being conducted by IIT Madras and no one else. You can only attempt for this exam 2 times, right? Just after getting graduate from your class 12th, just attempt for this exam. Thereafter, you can pursue an integrated course in this Department of Humanities and Social Sciences at IIT Madras for 5 years. For the first 2 years, you study the same thing, but after the first 2 years, you get bifurcated into 2 major streams, that is English studies and developmental studies. So basically, I'm pursuing developmental studies, or I should better say it as economic studies. It's a modern name for economics across the world or across the field of economics, that is developmental studies. So the fact is that all this really charmed me, right? All this really encouraged me to take admission at IIT Madras. And secondly, you get everything at a very nominal fee. Well, believe me, till now I've only spent around 10K in my fee structure, if you say, because I've not been to hostel as such, because everything is online for the time due to pandemic. But you can understand that till now I've completed my first year, and it's only taken me 10K, right, to get all these services, beautiful services. And yes, I would say that IIT Madras is really best place to explore yourself and to experiment with yourself, because there's everything available. You can go into entrepreneurship, startups, anything. Okay. Now, what are the mistakes, right, that I committed during this whole procedure? Okay, so like I said, the mistakes was that, like, I'm not a person from a coaching factory, right? I'm a person from self-study based background, right? I have a good family, I have a good relatives, I have good friends and everything. But the point is, when you prepare for an exam, you have to trade off something. I was, I would say, yeah, I was blessed that I did not had any addiction towards any social media till class 12th. I did not had any account, but that does not mean that even you too, right? My audience or my juniors or my brothers and sisters should not have account, because this is the age of digitalization. You need to move towards online learning. For that, you need to have your accounts, and that's totally fine. The fact is that I did not have any distraction. So my distractions were only my friends and my families and relatives. So during this whole preparation period, I had to get separated or dispatched from them a bit, I would say. And that was a trade-off which I had to do for for preparations, right? But that does not mean I had to detach from my family. Well, your closest people, your teachers, right? You need to interact with them daily, and make sure that you interact with them, because they keep your mind warm. You need to have a warm up before playing a match, right? If you want to play a football match, you need to do warm up. So one of my teachers, right, used to send me questions, used to send me Sudoku, used to send me brain teasers. So that really helped you. Now that is more of a like a warm up thing, right? So these things really help. So make sure that you need to trade off. So whatsoever you trade off, make sure you trade off the right amount and the thing that is most addicting to you, right? If it's for example social media, try to avoid it during preparation period a bit, I would say. I'm not saying just eradicate it, or just make sure that you throw away your mobile phone. No, absolutely not. Just make sure you have a full control over your addictions or your passions during that point of time. Very first thing, right? Second thing I would say is that make sure that you are not detached from your teachers, right? It's quite absurd to say during this point of time, because I've seen people and students that as soon as they get graduated, they tend to forget about their school teachers, their family. And being part of Ryan family, it's not possible, right? Because this is one of the best institutions that I've come across. I've devoted my 13 years to this school, and I've in return, whatever you see in me, or the Sushant that you see today, is absolutely the one which has been framed, drafted, crafted with love and affection and discipline by Ryan family. So please be connected to your mentors even during the periods of preparation and ahead in your life. They will surely help you a lot, right? Another point, that is external factors and internal factors. Well, friends, that's truly a point, that there are certain factors which you cannot control. Something like pandemic, right? You cannot control these things. So you need to get adjusted to those external factors. If your family is in need of medical emergency, if it's there in the family due to these pandemic or some other reasons, you have to handle that, because you're now even getting matured. So make sure that you don't move away from your responsibilities while preparations, right? While these periods of importance. So make sure that you understand there are external factors. So you take those external factors into account, and make sure you plan your timetable accordingly. Have a proper diet chart, have a proper sleeping time. I require 6 hours of sleep. That's why I sleep at 10 p.m. at 10:30 p.m. at night, and 4 o'clock in the morning I get up. So that's more than enough for me. So it totally depends upon you. How much time do you require to sleep? How much time your body takes to resuscitate or to relax? So please make sure that you have a well-planned structure of your life, right? Your timetable is well planned, because that really helps you. And yeah, like I've already said, consistency needs to be there along with hard work and smart work. Remember, reading just before one night won't fetch you much of marks than reading all throughout the period, right? In the sense, it's possible that you can crack exams by reading, one night before, right? You can crack board exams, you can score high marks in your semester exams or any exam by reading just one night before. But that's quite hard when I say if you want to crack an entrance exam by reading just one night before. That's not possible. Well, the fact is you need to have consistency, right? Because it's a marathon. Entrance exam is more for marathon, and remember, you are not competing against anyone during this entrance exam. You're not competing against any student, any institution, or anyone. Entrance exams are only there to make you accustomed to the culture of those institutions. In the sense, IITs, NITs have different set of culture. So JEE Mains and Advanced require that culture of hard work, your labor, your smart work. And that entrance exam helps you in acclimatizing to, right? If I really want to get into IIT, you need to get into the routine of IIT just during the period of preparation itself. So that's why entrance exams are there. They're just there to test you. So you have to prove yourself that yes, I am capable of being or getting admitted to IITs or NITs or IIMs or any institution, right? Any institution, just you need to prove yourself. So that's why there's a criteria of entrance exam and nothing else. So don't be afraid of that. Okay. Of course, like I said, 12 vision points help you a lot. It helped me a lot because I had to, frame out my timetable. I had to frame out my things and frame out my plan, that what I'd want to do ahead in my life. Since I have interest in a field of economics, I want to pursue my career ahead in the field of economics. So I have to accordingly choose the subjects in my class 11th and 12th. I accordingly need to, choose the colleges and courses, and then only we can do all these things. And that's fine, right? So just have a basic plan, structure of your plan. And to have this basic structure, those 12 vision points of our chairman, sir, really help. And I'm telling you with my experience. And yeah, please don't make any excuses. Okay, my teachers, my parents, my elders used to tell me that excuses are made by fools, and it's really true. If you don't know anything, clearly accept it that yes, you do not know anything. Socrates has rightly said, one of the greatest Greek philosopher, he has said that the wisest person is the person who accepts what he knows and who accepts what he's ignoring, right? So if you know if you are aware about the fact that you do not know something, then that's the very good thing, because then you can work upon that part and then you can learn that and then you can master in that. Okay, so never make excuses. Never do rough work in your life. Okay, this is my second funda to you, or funday to you, right, people, that never do rough work. Whenever you sit for a preparation or anything, please never do rough work. Make sure even one word that you write from your pen or a pencil is more or less of a form, right? Is more or less of something that you can present to someone. So never do it as a rough work. That would really help you, right? Search for opportunities. Wherever you can find opportunities, please find it. And remember, friends, there won't be doors open everywhere for you to just enter. There might be cases where you yourself have to create those doors, right? You yourself have to make those doors, and then you need to make use of those opportunities or those doors. The fact is that opportunities might not come to you every time. There might be cases that you have to take this opportunity, you have to grab this opportunity. There might be cases that that opportunity very easily comes to you. So make use of all these opportunities, because you are very young, you're very smart. Each and every one of us has been blessed with the same amount of resources. May it be natural resources in the sense about your mind, about your body, or anything. Each one of us has been blessed with that, right? The only thing is,
Are we facing an internet connectivity issue with Sushant? All right. So hopefully his internet connection will stabilize and we will get him back. And to be very honest, my backend team was telling me, talk a little bit about Sushant when you introduce him. And I very deliberately did not want to do that, because the very fact that his accomplishments were so amazing and so varied. I actually call him the super cracker, because not only has he cracked IIT, and the other one he mentioned, he's even cracked the entrance exam of the Banaras Hindu University and the armed forces, the NDA and the other one together combined. And what he said, totally, I agree with everything that he had to say. I must say, if I am feeling this proud just listening to what he has to say, I cannot imagine the pride that Chairman Sir and Madam and everybody else must be feeling, including his principal and his teachers. Hi, Sushant. I was just praising you, but I don't want you to know that I was praising you. And I must say,
please.
I enjoyed every word you said. And I'm especially happy because I've been biting holes in my tongue, telling myself to speak slower. So thank you for speaking at the speed with which you were speaking. The floor is yours once again.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, so just to resume back, I'm really sorry for getting disconnected. Yeah, so just to get back, the point is, friends, that search for the opportunities. People, you need to search for the opportunities, right? And whatsoever opportunity comes to your table, grab those opportunities. Don't shy, don't mind. And that's how Rhinites have been groomed, right? It's like we are the little kings and queens in the making, and you have to become that, right? You need to make use of the opportunity to the fullest, right? And always respect time. People, there are chances that we tend to forget time. Remember, bad times are equally important in comparison to the good times. Though I really don't want to demarcate those times as bad or good, but let's say people usually say that it's fine that you have some bad times, you have some good times. It's fine. The fact is that bad times are equally important, because bad times are the times when you get to learn that where am I lacking, right? And good times are those times where you really need to know how do you need to basically, or how would you like to handle your success. Handling success is another big challenge, right? Entering IIT is fine, right? Entering into IIT Madras is totally fine. Now the next challenge is, how do you maintain your position within IIT Madras? Well, how do you make sure that your Ryan tag, which has helped you for so long, even during a preparation time or any period of time, how do you make sure that even that Ryan tag is maintained during your college years, right? Because inside college, let me tell you, the Ryan tag really helps. Well, when people come to know that I'm from Ryan Noida, or I'm from Ryan fraternity, they are absolutely happy about it, and they have a different respect for me, different aura for me. They believe that that person must be very confident, he must be very fruitful, joyful, cheerful, and he would take care of things very well. And that's true. If you can check the IIT Madras websites, right, I would be there taking interviews of many people in my freshie year only. In my first year, I have interviewed Chief Election Commissioner of the Shri Gurudev, right? You can just check it out on the internet. You'll find me everywhere. The fact is that this tag really helps you, and make sure you respect this tag, right? Because you are going to represent not just your family or yourself. You represent a bunch of large, many people, right? You represent your seniors, you represent your alumni, you represent your school and teachers, and lot many things, right? So make sure whensoever or wheresoever you present yourself, you're presenting lot many people, and you make sure that you respect your tag, that is the Ryan tag, and that Ryan tag really flourishes all across the field wheresoever you go, because that has really helped you in achieving whatsoever you have achieved till now, right? And all this, it might feel that this I'm person like have become a saint and giving you lectures, fun days and all. At last, I would say, friends, that people plan out your career as you want, right? I followed my passion. I created a stream like humanities with maths in my school, which did not existed past 5 to 10 years, right? So a stream which never existed, I revived that stream in my school just for the sake I want to follow my passion. Humanities with maths. I want to become an economist, right? I want to help people by being part of these bureaucratic services, right? So the point is, I followed my passion. So you too follow your passion, whatsoever it is. Look at Mr. Arjun Vajpayee. He followed his passion. He has become a mountaineer, and he has represented India across the world, right? He has represented Ryan across various platforms. The fact is that he followed his passion, and that's true. And even I'm doing that, and a lot many other friends of mine are doing that. So always follow your passion. And secondly, whenever you follow your passion, never get into stress, right? Because you do this work with love, with care. Remember, friends, that there are two extremes in life. There is one extreme and there's second extreme. Either you do too good, either you do too less, right? So that's the point. Basically, the point is that you don't need to work in extremes. Don't be too good or don't be too bad. You need to be relative. You need to take care of the relative mean. This is Aristotle's theory, right, which you might read. We all are aware about arithmetic mean, right? That is, how do you calculate the mean, right? But I'm talking about the relative mean, right? Relative mean is not acting within the extremes. That is, I'm not asking you to be coward. I'm not asking you to be a person or a brutal person. I'm asking you to be courageous person. So the fact is that brutal is there, and you have a courageous person, and you have a very coward person. So I expect you to be a courageous person who is in between. That is the relative mean, not in the extremes. Okay, so make sure whenever you attempt for anything in your life, you always have a relative mean. Okay, with this, I end my speech in here. And if you have any queries, please connect to me through Ryan Connect, which is a digital alumni platform, and where you can just connect me, which has been created by Univariety. Please feel free to connect me with there. Thank you for being such a good audience. And if I've really bored you, I'm really sorry. And thank you so much for making me part of this event. Thank you.
Thank you, Sushant. It was a complete pleasure listening to you. I really want to recap on everything that you said, but I know that they're going to chase me out of here. But what I really loved was you said it's not a coaching factory, it's self-study. And you are a shining example for everyone else to say, yes, I can also do it. And it is really funny that you use the word Chairman Sir's timetable, because believe me, he is the architect of many dreams which have come true. So it was lovely having you here. And I think on behalf of everyone, we wish you all the best. Carve out a niche for yourself. We are sure we're going to hear much about you in the future. God bless and best of luck. And it's so funny that you use the word follow your passion, because the next alumnus that we have did truly follow his passion. A science student, he suddenly decided, or I wouldn't say suddenly, he decided that his true passion was music. His true passion was singing. Ladies and gentlemen, you might never have heard a more mellifluous voice. I speak of none other than the young man you see in front of you, Mr. Anupam Dhoncha. I would love to add a little bit of Bombaya into my language because that's where I'm from, and I'd love to call you Anupam Dhinchak, but I won't do that, Anupam.
I hope I'm audible.
You are. So a big welcome. Thank you for joining us, and the floor is yours.
I can't listen.
Anupam, we can hear you.
Yeah. So first of all, I'm very honored to be a part of this alumni meet. Thank you so much for making me a very valuable part of this meet. As a member of Ryan International School, as a student of it, I'm very delighted, and I have been my school time was great and amazing. School ke baad, that time had never happened. So yeah, school time is obviously very valuable to me. I did my schooling from Ryan International School, Faridabad, and I was in the batch of 2016. So apparently my year was very great. Abhi, it's been 5 years from the school ended. So apart from the studies, I have entered into a music industry, which is completely different from academics that we were into. But yeah, I would like to share my experience that Ryan had played a very important role in my journey, including my friends, including teachers, all the faculty members of Ryan, and everyone, even the staff members, principal ma'am, chairman sir. Recently, when my latest song Dharmia was released, so he also gave me a appreciation letter that I was very overwhelmed to receive that. I never expected such an appreciation from him. But yeah, I was very elated to see that, and the support I received from Ryan International School, Faridabad, the group as a whole is I have not enough words to express my feeling towards Ryan. Ryan is a family for me now. It's just not a school that I have passed out from. It's a family for me. I do remember very moments of my days back in the school. We used to discuss and all these things. We used to have a lot of fun. Apart from academics, we were motivated to do lots of other stuff. Art was very appreciated in Ryan, especially gospel music. We were into Western gospel music, Indian gospel music, and our faculty members very supported me. So after my school, I entered into academics section as well. I am also doing physics honors as if now, apart from my music. But yeah, as a mainstream, I am doing music full time. So I would like to sing for you my very own song, and it's by the name Dharmia. So you can search it on any streaming platform, be it YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music. Just go and search over there, Dharmia by Anupam Dhonchak. I would be very happy to sing that song for you guys. करके ये गिला अब जाती तू कहाँ बैठा हूँ यहीं अब होकर मैं खफा रूठे से जो लम्हे थे हमसे तो कुछ छूटे थे रूठे से जो लम्हे थे हमसे तो कुछ छूटे थे, कुछ तो है तेरे मेरे दरमियाँ, कुछ तो है तेरे मेरे दरमियाँ। निक तू ही तो है मेरे दिल का वो सवेरा, तुझसे ही अब तो है मेरी सांसों का गुजारा, कुछ तो है तेरे मेरे दरमियाँ, कुछ तो है तेरे मेरे दरमियाँ. Thank you so much. So it's just a teaser of the song. So just go and please listen to this song, drop a comment, tag us, and do let us know how you with the song. It would be a very happy moment for us.
That was indeed lovely, Anupam. And I have checked it out. I have also subscribed to your channel. But there is another song of yours which I really, really love. And I'm not going to tell the audience which one it is. I want you to tell them.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. For sure. For sure. I'll sing that song. I'll sing. I was about to sing that song.
I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah. Definitely, ma'am. That's originally composed by Vishal Mishra. So our version is like composed by us. So we have, So we have bought the copyright for that song. So this version that I would be performing is ours. दीन इलाही मेरा मान है माई मेरा, ओ दीन इलाही मेरा मान है माई, मैं तो सजदा करूं उनको, अर्ज रुबाई मेरी फर्ज गवाई मेरे इश्क हुआ मुझको, एहसास की जो जुबान बन गए, एहसास की जो जुबान बन गए, दिल में मेरे मेहमान बन गए, नाप की तारीफ में क्या कहें, आप हमारी जान बन गए, आप ही रब आप ईमान बन गए, आप हमारी जान बन गए, दीन इलाही मेरा मान है माई मेरा, ओ दीन इलाही मेरा मान है माई, मैं तो सजदा करूं उनको, अर्ज रुबाई मेरी फर्ज गवाई मेरे इश्क हुआ मुझको, किस्मत से हमें आप हमदम मिल गए, जैसे कि दुआ को अल्फाज मिल गए, सोचा जो नहीं वो हासिल हो गए, चाहूं और क्या कि खुदा दे अब मुझे, रब से मिला एक अयान बन गए, ख्वाबों का मेरे मकाम बन गए, आप की तारीफ में क्या कहे, आप हमारी जान बन गए, दीना इलाही मेरा मान है माए मेरा, ओ thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you.
Absolutely amazing. And believe me, Anupam, it is not easy to sing without a professional microphone, without an audience in front of you. But you have held your composure so beautifully. And the tune, if I say so, I am a fan. I just love that song. And I can just imagine the likes we are being flooded with on YouTube. I'm going to have a huge fan following. I can only say all the very best for you. So tell me a
Thank you
little bit
so
about
much, ma'am.
what are your future plans? Any more songs which you're composing, which you're writing, which you're singing?
Yes, ma'am. There are lots of songs in the pipeline as of now. We are planning to release it like in the next month, probably. So our next song would be out probably by the end of next month, last by New Year.
All
So
right.
we have lots of songs in line, and we do like private events as well, like corporate events, cafe shows, corporate shows, gigs, and all concert shows. So yeah, so my future plan is obviously to mark my name as well as my band name, the Yuvam project, and it would be very great to know all my most of my band members are from Ryan Faridabad also.
Wow.
Yeah,
Lovely.
so yeah,
Super.
we have a plan of like doing it professionally and taking it to next level, so that we can compose more songs and like bring out more songs to the public.
I'm sure it's going to be looked forward to really with a lot of interest. मुझे ये बताओ, you were a science student. When did you
Yeah.
learn to play the guitar? When you decided I want to become a singer, or before that? Because you played beautifully.
Thank you so much. Actually, I am currently also a science student. I'm one of my hobbies is doing physics honors that I'm currently pursuing as a
Okay.
side, like that is going on side by side. But like currently, I'm focusing on music. So the music thing happened in Ryan only. As I mentioned before, in Ryan Faridabad, especially like music scene was very like on, and we
Awesome.
were the well, it was like really lit. It was very epic and awesome. Like all the words I can use, it's very less to express. But yeah, the gospel music, we were introduced to gospel music in Ryan, praise and worship songs that we used to have over there. So that was the basics of the music that we are doing right now. So that laid a very important foundation for me as choosing music as a career. And to be very frank, I didn't thought of being a musician earlier. Till 12th, like I was like very rigid of doing. I'll be doing science as my like foremost studies. But apparently things changed, and music. I found music very like I can rely on. I can I can resonate with the music basically. The music is that science. Music is also a science. The music is that science that
Absolutely.
to which I can
Absolutely.
resonate.
And it calls to you,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. The frequencies that we like generate, every note has a frequency that it resonates with the mind's frequency that our neuron system like generates. So it I don't know, somehow it clicks me, and it was in 2018 when I decided to do it professionally, 3 years back.
Not bad,
And
huh? In a very short frame, you've got two amazing songs under your belt. I don't know whether he told you, but his song Dharmiya, ladies and gentlemen, has got over 1 million views. That's
yeah,
not easy. That's not easy. You must be doing something right.
yeah, thank you so much, ma'am. Like it's currently on 1.2 plus million views, and more than 1.5 lakh streams on like every streaming platform, including Spotify and JioSaavn. Our song featured on like JioSaavn, two of the playlists of JioSaavn, like independent Indian music and pop music. Like it
Okay.
was in the top 10 for few months, I guess.
I even enjoyed that mashup which you did on the patriotic songs. That was also amazing.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Yeah, that was one of our like composition which we prepared for the Republic Day, I guess.
Don't
Republic.
say I guess, okay? So, as I said, you are definitely going to get a huge fan following. But I want to ask you, who are you a fan of? Who inspires you? किसका गाना सुन के लगता है I need to sing that song.
Yeah, that's a very good and tricky question. Uh, because there are lots of artists जिनके बहुत सारे music like a masterpiece. You can find a masterpiece of A.R. Rahman sir, Arijit Singh, Amit Trivedi, Shankar Mahadevan, and you can name it. There are lots and lots of Indian songs these days. Indie music bands music are also very growing. So we have like many n number of bands, n number of artists that works that I admire. But yeah, more than that, I admire a lot Amit Trivedi's work. Like I am very inspired, and there's lots of learnings that like Amit Trivedi music is a learning piece. You can learn n number of things from a very simple song, as simple as I can say that. So yeah, Amit Trivedi's song, definitely Amit Trivedi. Arijit Singh is he's the guy that motivated me, inspired me, like among everyone else, he was the most. So Arijit Singh played a very important role. I know he doesn't know that he's a very important part of my life, but yeah, he happened to be a very vital role in this journey of mine.
I'm sure. So, as we go on with this power packed evening, Anupam, I'm going to ask you, I would like you to sing your favorite song.
Okay, for sure.
You do a lot of live shows, and I'm sure फरमाइश बहुत आती होंगी. But they usually ask you to sing their favorite song. I'm going to tell you to sing your favorite song.
Sure, ma'am. Thank you. I would love to sing that song. And so, is this song by I'm Arijit Singh, and the music is given by Preetham. It's from the movie Barfi. It's a very kind of slow and melodious song. So I hope you guys enjoy the song. And it's by the name Phil Aide. मजबूर क्या कीजिए रास ना रहना दूर क्या कीजिए दिल कह रहा उसे मुकम्मल कर भी आओ वो जो अधूरी सी बात बाकी है वो जो अधूरी सी बात बाकी है वो जो अधूरी सी बात बाकी है तेरे नाम किस्मत को है ये मंजूर क्या कीजिए गबनी सारे किस्मत को है ये मंजूर क्या कीजिए किस्मत को है आज कबूल क्या कीजिए दिल कह रहा उसे मयस्सर जो अधूरी सी बात बाकी है, वो जो अधूरी सी बात बाकी है, मेरे Thank you so much.
Absolutely amazing, and what a perfect song to choose, you know. Kismat ko yahi manzoor ka kijiye. Beautiful. I think it can be your signature song. So thank you very, very much, Anupam, for joining us here today, for making us feel so special. And on behalf of everyone from the Ryan Group, God bless you, and we wish you all the best for your future endeavors.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Like, it's an honor for me to be a part of
Pleasure.
this.
Pleasure is all ours. God bless you.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you so much. And just as we hear about everybody following their dreams, and as I said, we are so proud of each and every alumnus of ours. And you know, when there is one special child and everybody wants to take the credit, you go home with a super result and mama says, Mera bachcha hai. Papa says, Aakhir bachcha kiska hai? In this case, I'd love to say bachcha mera hai, because our next speaker, Laksh Jaisinghani, has also done the Young Journo course with us way back in 2014. So please join us in welcoming Laksh Jaisinghani, the alumnus of Ryan International School, Sanpara, who is currently with Monash University in Melbourne. Pleasure to have you here with us today. Laksh, floor is yours.
Hey, really glad to be here. Can you guys hear me? Is that all good?
Yes. Yes.
All right, amazing. So, hello everyone. Hope you guys are doing well this evening. My name is Laksh Jaisinghani, and I graduated from Ryan International School, Sanpara, back in 2017. And I'm currently an AI and machine learning engineer at Monash University in Melbourne. I'm also doing research with the robotics lab. And just for fun on the side, I also actually lead a team of 50 engineers. And we are currently building a self-driving car with, in collaboration with the Connected Autonomous Vehicle Research Team, which is also at Monash University in Melbourne. So before I start, I was thinking about, what I should talk about. I was told to address you guys about studying abroad, but thinking about it a little bit, I've decided to address something that's a bit more important than where you study, because choosing where you study is a personal preference. I thought of talking about, what I've learned along the way, and something that can actually be applied to anyone and anyone, regardless of where you study and what profession you're doing. And hint, hint, it has nothing to do with education at all. So this talk would actually be split into 3 parts. I want to really talk about what it means to be a professional, what it takes to be a professional, and at the end, I'm just going to give you a small intro about the machine learning and AI industry as a whole. So let's get into it. So what do you think it means to be a professional? Now, I'm going to be focusing on engineering because that's the limit of my competency. That's what I'm doing currently. But this can be applied to, any profession you prefer. Now, when I was in my year 12th standard, 11th standard, I didn't know what I was going to do. And personally, what I thought engineering was, you make things, you work in a company, and woo, you make money. Although this is kind of true, in reality, there's a lot more that goes on behind the scenes, especially if you want to be a good professional. Now, some of you may be thinking, I just want a job. Why do I have to be a good professional? A good thing to keep in mind is we as, doctors, engineers, teachers, lawyers are all here to change the world slowly and steadily. Now, let's talk about engineering particularly. We build things that facilitate growth of society. Now, a very good example of that would actually be Tesla. Just because I have an autonomous vehicle background, I will talk about Tesla in this case. But Elon Musk is a great engineer and is a visionary. Now, he is building electric vehicles at such a large scale that currently they're basically smashing competitors and are top in their field. Electric vehicles are basically going to revolutionize the world. Using renewable energy is going to, totally change the automotive industry. and also using, a background from robotics and providing self-driving capabilities in their car would basically save us so much mental energy, as driving is such a redundant task. Another thing to keep in mind is we as professionals are trying to keep society safe. A case study that I actually want to talk about is back in 1976, Ford released the Ford Pinto, and it basically was a brand new muscle car, and was really hyped by their marketing, strategy. And something that everyone at Ford knew, but didn't really tell people, was that the gas tank was actually not correctly engineered and would actually cause, the cars to blow up if there was an accident. And you need to keep in mind that these cars that were being made were actually, meeting the safety standards. So the engineers, lawyers, all professionals within the company had the duty of care to keep society safe, but they were negligent and therefore were unethical. So these are the two ways we as professionals are trying to change the world. Number one, facilitate growth. Number two, keep society safe. Now, this might sound as a bit of a gimmick, but any professional is more important than what you might think. The world is basically this massive engine where professionals like, you and me, hopefully you in the future, are just tiny cogs that make this massive, world turn. There's a big responsibility on your head, even though, it might not feel like it at this particular stage. So this is what it kind of means to be a professional. The world's in your hands, and it's your job to take us forward. Now, although we've addressed this, you might be thinking, what does it take to be a good professional? Some of you might be thinking that, you need to be extremely smart, you need to be gifted, you need to be a scholar, as marks are really important. So let's move on to asking, what does it take to be a professional? A bit of a backstory. Back in 10th standard, I gave my board exams and I received my marks, and it was 68%. And my parents were not happy with me at all. I was terrible at school. The teachers always used to get mad at me and my friends. We always used to get in trouble every day for doing, something or the other. I don't really advise being mischievous, but I had tons of fun being a naughty boy back in the day. Also made some amazing friends for life. The reason why I'm sharing this with you is just to show you that I am just like most of you. I was just an average kid. I had average marks. I wasn't really considered smart. And just like you, I didn't know what I was doing. After 10th standard, for my year 11 and 12, I kind of forced myself to do well, just like anyone else would. I was not very good. I got through, and I actually did like the bare minimum to get into VIT University as an engineer, as an electrical engineer. And for this first 6 months, like I did okay, just the average, mostly because my friends didn't really care about studying either. And secondly, I didn't know why I was doing engineering. I just felt that everyone else is, doing engineering just because they want a job and they want to make money. So after first semester, I actually ended up quitting university. I came back home and was very ashamed that, everyone else is doing so well, but I couldn't really keep up. After coming home, I, took a few weeks to decide what I wanted to do. And I actually looked back in time to just figure out, what kind of career path is for me, is engineering for me. And back in year 11 and 12, I learned that, I was actually pretty good at making stuff. I did a couple science fairs. I even won a science fair. And I realized that, engineering, playing around with circuits, that's my thing. I loved programming. So I thought that, you know what, electrical engineering is something that I wanted to do. I didn't know what it takes, but I thought of giving it a shot. So luckily, I actually gave my SATs and my IELTS exams and got a scholarship to Monash University. And I think that was the beginning of when I realized that I did not want an engineering degree, but I wanted to become an engineer. I was actually a cyclist. I used to race for the national team under 23s. And after coming here to Melbourne, I realized that there is this engineering team called Monash Human Power that make a human-powered vehicle. So it's just a cycle with like a massive fairing cover, like an F1 car. And they were using it to break the land speed record. And as a cyclist, I thought this is like a, a great mixture of both engineering and cycling. And I entered as a cyclist for the team, but ended up moving towards the electrical team, where I made sensors, I made like a wireless communication protocol, and I basically started loving engineering. It was not hard for me anymore. It was something that was challenging, but it was really fun to do. And keep in mind that there are no marks for this team that I was working for, and I was not getting paid either. After realizing that, I'm not getting paid, there are no marks, but I love what I'm doing, I realized that exams are just a hurdle to get through so that I can work on this kind of fun stuff. And keeping this in mind, I actually aced my exams here. And I was a terrible student in year 11 and 12. Keep that in mind. After doing well in my exams, I took a AI and machine learning unit, and that was extremely math heavy, but I actually ended up doing pretty well, and got an opportunity to work with the Monash Connected Autonomous Vehicle team, the team that I'm currently leading as a lead engineer. And I basically learned robotics from the ground up. And in doing so, I actually got the chance to teach third and fourth year engineering students robotics as a lab assistant. And it was just fun for me. It was a game. It was never studying. And as it goes, after getting so much experience, I actually landed a job in conjunction with the Department of Transport here in Victoria to actually work on a machine learning based cycling safety project. So as you can see, I've always surrounded myself with things that I like to do. I had engineering, I had cycling, I had robotics, and all of these things are going hand in hand just because I don't feel like it's work for me. So what am I trying to tell you guys? There is something that's a lot more important than how much you score in school or how much you score at university. To become a good professional, to make a difference in society, you don't need to be a high scorer. All you need to do is fall in love with what you want to do. Everything else is just going to synergistically happen. You can just close your eyes and the marks are just going to fall on you just because it's a game. It's something that's really interesting. I really recommend thinking about why you're deciding to study what you want to study, not what field sounds fun or sounds like, it's going to give you more money. Think about why you want to be an engineer. Think about why you want to be a doctor, not I want to be a doctor. And if you have no choice, I would say give some meaning behind your profession. Find something that you want to work towards, a big goal, not just making money. That would make, going through university so much easier. Going back to my earlier point, don't just try to get a degree. Don't try to become a sheep. Become a professional. So if you're an engineer, don't try to get an electrical engineering degree, but become an engineer. I think if you take this from this talk, I don't think there's nothing else you need to listen to. All right, now that we've got all the philosophical stuff out of the way, let's talk about machine learning, right? Machine learning as a career. That's what I've kind of specialized in. So AI and machine learning is an extremely young field. It's growing every single day, and the possibilities are limitless. Me personally, I work in the subfield of computer vision which is using cameras and machine learning to basically understand the environment. So if I'm driving, I need to know, is that a car? What does the traffic light say? And this is what I specialize in. Now, you can also dive into the medical side of AI, where you use X-rays to predict tumors that maybe a normal doctor can't see. You can, I think a really good study that's actually coming out is protein folding, where they're trying to understand how proteins fold using AI. Another way, like another section you can go into is actually called natural language processing, is where you use human language to basically, understand it without someone trying to type it. A really good example of this is the Amazon Alexa or, the OK Google on your phone. All of this is done using AI and machine learning. So basically, make the computer do what you can do a lot faster. That's just machine learning. You can even dive into the robotics side of this, where you try to teach a robot how to perceive your human environment. All right, so before I end, I want to give a small talk about studying abroad, as that was kind of my the goal at the start. It is a benefit, but it is not the end all or be all. If you can just understand that, what you like doing, passion is everything. Where you study is redundant. If you need any more help, please feel to reach out to me. I'm happy to help you with the study abroad side of things. But just keep in mind that passion in what you're trying to do is a lot more important than where you study. All right, so thank you guys for being such a great audience. I'm honored to be invited by my school to talk about my experiences. In case you have any questions, reach out to me on Ryan Connect, a digital alumni platform by Univariety. So yeah, really happy to see you, help you guys.
Thank you, Laksh. And I think you truly embody that if you follow your passion, you're going to get paid for it. You're going to get paid to do what you love every single day of your life. And
Exactly.
Very, very true in what you said. Find something you love doing and do it every day. Thank you so much for joining us here today, Laksh. We wish you all the best in all your future endeavors, and we hope to keep in touch with you. Do keep telling us what you've achieved next. I'm sure the sky is the limit.
All right, thank you so much. Really glad to be here today. All right, thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Laksh. God bless you. Our next speaker of the day, you can see the handsome young man in front of you. You might be mistaken in thinking he's Vicky Kaushal's younger brother, but ladies and gentlemen, he is a true hero in real life. An alumnus of Ryan International School, Ludhiana, from the 2018 batch. He has seen life's ups and downs. He has faced the trials and tribulations, and he has emerged triumphant. Join me in welcoming Ayush. Ayush, the floor is yours.
Okay, thank you, ma'am, for this warming welcome. So, hi, everyone. Just make one thing clear. Am I audible?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah, okay. So, just as ma'am introduced me, so let's just talk about when my journey started. So, basically, I'm going to talk about my journey, take you with the things which I've been through this whole process. So, I just tell you, I'm currently pursuing my MBBS here from CMC Ludhiana, Christian Medical Ludhiana, which is one of the prestigious colleges in the medical field. Actually, I could say that's the first Asian college for giving the medical education. So let's start here. So let's start just take you through my journey. So the thing started like in the school time. Like I was very fascinated about the medical science stuff. Now the science include both the medical and the non-medical field. So I was actually I was lineage, or you can say that I was interested in both the fields, to be frank, like medical and the non-medical field. So as a final thing, I decided like let's go and try pursuing the medical field first. So as for the school record, I was doing quite well. So I passed my plus one here from Ludhiana, Ryan Ludhiana, in the year 2018. So I'd score a decent percentage. So I was aiming to give NEET on the same year, that is the 2018. So as normal school student, everyone will think like, yeah, it's a normal kind of paper. You just go there, give the paper and wait for the result and something will happen. So same was for me. because I was not kind of, you can say that I was not, there was no actually, as when you are in the school, like you have like this laid back attitude of yourself, like, yeah, you can do things, but first you have to clear your 12th and everything will be fine. So, same was with me. I got the result in my hand and it was not good. Since I decided, like, yeah, I want to become a doctor because that's what fascinates me. So, let's give it another try. So, I decided to drop. So, I took my coaching here in from Chandigarh. So during the coaching time, yeah, it was easy, it was fun. You meet with new people there, all from different states. They come there to practice. Now that's when the reality kicks in, because there you know where you stand, because you are not in a class of 60 students. You are there competing with whole lakhs of students for only around, I say, 80,000 medical seats here in India. So that's when my eyes were open, like this paper is not a joke, or you can say you have to really put in the effort to earn the seat over there. So I was giving my best. So I gave my paper, I use a second need paper in 2019. So yeah, when I was attempting the paper, it was like, yeah, all the things I knew was there, and the paper seemed to me a kind of easy one. So I tell you guys, when my examination was finished, I was pretty sure that I want to get into my dream college. Now tell you what my dream college was. Now at that time, my dream college was the IGMC Shimla. So why? That's because I'm basically an Himachali. I'm from Himachal Pradesh. Now I love mountains and all. So I like to spend my rest 5 years of medical journey there in that wonderful college. So yeah, I the answer key came for the paper. I calculated my marks, so it was around five. It was 560 at that point. So I was pretty sure I can get with these numbers. I can easily get to that government medical college in the Shimla, that is the IGMC. So yeah, and on the second day of like after giving the exam, we I calculated my score with my friends. I went hang out with my friends to like in Chandigarh. We were in the Chandigarh at that moment. It was pretty fun. Now there's a result time. So yeah, result came. The counseling started. Now life is very interesting. I should say that because when you there are some moments where you expect like, yeah, everything is going fine, and then the life kicks you with something that throw a nice punch. So it's like it throws you in a different world. So something unexpected happened with me. So I was aiming to apply for the state quota there in Himachal Pradesh. So when I read the prospectus, that means it gives the detail for the counseling and all. So there was the government decided to remove some clause, or you can say some pointer that states the eligibility criteria. Since I have done my schooling here from Ludhiana, Ryan School, so it states that the child of the parents who work in the private sector outside the Himachal Pradesh, who had the schooling not from Himachal, they are not eligible for the state quota over there. So we were like completely shocked when we read the prospectus, and like we came to know we were not eligible for this college. And what's ironic is that at the same time, on the same day, the Punjab counseling portal was closed. So I was hanging in the middle of nowhere. I can't go to Punjab counseling. I'm not eligible for Himachal Pradesh counseling. So I was in the middle of like so much of stress over my head, like what to do now. I did my best. I spent a year away from my home preparing for this paper. I scored good. There was nothing I could do more at that moment. And I was like completely stuck. Like, now what to do? What to proceed? Even if you give so much of your time, all your efforts, they are nothing. They were actually left to nothing. So we decided to do a case for this change in the clause in Himachal High Court, but unfortunately they didn't get the case didn't get a proper hearing at that point. So we decided to move to Supreme Court. So they also neglected that, because all these government things, they take a lot of time and all. So at that moment I was very kind of mentally agitated, like now what to do. So I don't know, but my family, from both my father, mother, and the family from my mother's side and the father's side, are very supportive. So they came, they called me, like, yeah, and we know you can do much better than this. You deserve better. So why not give it another try? Let's try to give paper one last time and see what's happened. So okay, we discussed, we decided, like, yeah, let's, if I want to be a doctor because that's what I love, so let's give it another try. So we went there. I again started the coaching. Now the interesting part was, like, yeah, I was so, you can say, confused. I don't know what, but on the second day of coaching, I came back crying, packed my stuff, came back crying here, my home in Ludhiana. So I was like, mom or dad, अम्मा पापा, मैं नहीं करना चाहता, मेरे से नहीं हो रहा है ये, क्योंकि मुझे नहीं पता मैं दोबारा से इतने efforts, if I can put again those efforts again in this studying and all. So I was literally crying in their arms. So they said, like, सुन बेटा, अगर तूने ये करना है ना, अगर तूने चाहता तो हमारी full support है. What people say, they are gonna say, because the people see only what you do wrong or what you do right. Okay, so that's what they say. If you're gonna do good, they're gonna appreciate you. If you do bad, no worry. You have us. You have you have people that supports you. So I was like, okay. So early morning, came back to Chandigarh from a fresh start, leave everything behind. I started coaching again, taking again, studying seriously. That moment, I like, yeah, I was doing pretty well. I could say that because there are around 72 people in a batch. So there's exams on a weekly basis. So yeah, I was coming in the top 10, top 5, and giving all the exams. So then came, now, there's COVID, due to which we are interacting online right now. This happened in the year 2019 December, as we all know. At that time, thankfully, the syllabus was complete. Now these online things started. Now we were not sure that the paper will occur on the time or not. So we were like, yeah. Now for the people like us who are actually doing it, the giving papers second time or for the third time, they have a kind of a mental build up. Like, yeah, you have to clear this time. You have that all those of support, or you can say pressure, not pressure exactly, but the expectations that you have to meet. So that's give you a kind of a burden on your head. But for the people who just appear for the first time, they are like, yeah, they're totally fresh minded, they can give. So that's the difference between the people who give for the first time and for the second term. So I was one of those people. So yeah, there comes the paper got delayed, not once, not twice. So it was again then conducted in August, like the third time the date. So yeah, we were there. I gave the paper. I thought the paper was very easy. I finished it in an hour. Then what there was to wait for the result and things to happen. Say what happened. Now, interesting thing was that key. You can't expect anyone to score a complete 100 in this paper, but there were not one. There were two people who actually scored 720 out of 720 in this paper. Now that moment, I know, like, this time the cutoff is gonna be very high. So that was also kind of like pressurizing me and all. Like, oh shit, that was my oh shit moment. Like, damn, what I'm gonna do this time, because if the cutoff goes high, I'm not going to be able to apply for the all India quota. So yeah, then the state counseling started. So it was time around the time of Diwali. We were happy, like, yeah, I filled the uh, college preferences, government medical college, then the CMC, Christian Medical College. So now again, there was something bad happened in my life, which actually kind of demotivated me. On the day after Diwali, my grandma dies. So we immediately have to pack all our stuff, go back to our home in Himachal. And after her death, the 4 days later, I heard the result of counseling was out, and I was not much happy and sad at the same time, because my grandmother was not there with me, because she was actually the one who motivated me the most. Like, yeah, we need a doctor in our family. We know you can do it, because we have faith in you. And I was not able to tell her that, yeah, I finally got into the medical college. So that was the sad point that I thought at the moment while reading. I was crying at that moment, like, yeah, I finally got into college. All my struggle has been paid off. So you have this kind of a feeling inside you, then you again start to cry at that moment. That this was the moment for me. So we came back here on the next day of announcing the result. We came back here, finished all submitting of the documents. And I remember my conversation with the dean or the principal, Jairaj Pandyan of the CMC Ludhiana, that you what you are going to do with your life, because this is a professional course. Your personality is gonna change with time. You're gonna see things differently from what you are seeing them now. These things were actually kind of say I was very excited to like just start my journey as a first year MBBS student and all. So I was very I just can't express that, like I was feeling so happy that yeah, my fine when you do something you want to be and you achieve that thing, the pleasure you get while doing that thing is so much better. Like you can't express the things. You're so happy. You're like, yeah, what I did was worth for it. So yeah, this was my journey. There were ups and downs. So only thing I just want to say that it's all part of a journey. Life is, you can say, changes everything you think about. So yeah, thank you for being the great audience. I'm honored to be invited by my school here. So in case you have any question, you can reach out to me.
Thank you so much, Ayush. And you are a true inspiration. You're the one who will tell people it does not matter if you fall. What is important is stand up, dust yourself off, and try again. It's not that you lost, it's that you persevered. And that's what I think you embody today over here. You're an inspiration for all those who feel, क्या मैं कर पाऊंगा, शायद कर पाऊंगा, नहीं कर पाऊंगा. But the fact that is डटे रहो, करते रहो. Right?
Yes,
So
yes.
thank you so much, Ayush. God bless you, and we wish you all the best for your future.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Ayush, for joining us here today. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you'll be very excited to know that we are actually joined by over 3,000 people on this platform and another 3,000 plus participants on YouTube. So, absolutely no pressure for our next participant. Join me in welcoming the beautiful, the effervescent, the actor extraordinaire. It's easy to be an actor, ladies and gentlemen. It is not easy being a comedian. Her talent is so great that she has earned the sobriquet of Gangubai, which has naturally become synonymous with her own name. You may not know her name is Saloni Daini, but you'll definitely know this is Gangubai. Hi, Saloni. Welcome to this platform, and I am really eager to see what you're going to do with us today. I've known Saloni since she was yee high, and she has
Hi.
always been this charming, this lovely, this never say no, right? So we just love you that you are here with us today. You have joined us. So go ahead. The floor is yours.
Yes, thank you so much, Shivani ma'am. It's so good to see you after so many years again. So, first of all, thank you for having me. I am so proud to be here. I'm proud to be a Ryanite actually because, just honestly, Ryan has given me everything. My best school days in Ryan, be it academics, be it dance, singing, extracurricular, I've done everything there. And you know, my favorite event, anchoring with you, IFA event. Also,
Absolutely.
yeah. Also, my camp days, those were the best days of my life. I had the
Sure.
best bunch of friends there, best bunch of teachers, Anjali ma'am, my principal. Everything was just so perfect, and I enjoyed my school days throughout. And my school uniform is still in my cupboard, and I'll never get rid of it. So, yeah. Also, my acting career, it's possible because of this school, and I don't think it would have been possible for me in any other school. ऑल्सो गंगू भाई भी थैंक यू बोलना चाहती है कि वो रायन इंटरनेशनल स्कूल का पार्ट है, क्योंकि गंगू भाई को भी स्कूल जाने का मौका मिला इनकी वजह से, वरना मैं कभी स्कूल गई नहीं थी ना. तो मैं भी स्कूल गई और थोड़ा टीचर के साथ मस्ती किया, पढ़ाई किया, थोड़ा फ्री लेक्चर में इधर उधर का झाड़ू पोछा भी कर लिया. तो मेरे को भी बहुत मजा आया सलोनी के साथ रायन में जाने के लिए. बस ये एक प्रॉब्लम है कि अभी जो बच्चे लॉकडाउन की वजह से जो घर पे बैठ के पढ़ाई कर रहे हैं ना, उनको कभी स्कूल जाने का मौका मिले, मैं बस प्रे करती हूँ भगवान को कि जल्दी जल्दी वो भी ऑफलाइन स्कूल जाए और हमारी जैसे मस्ती करे, और बस हो गया अभी लैपटॉप पे पढ़ाई करना और स्कूल में मजे करेंगे। तो इसीलिए मैं एक स्कूल के ऊपर शेर सुनाती हूँ, अर्ज कीजिए। फिजाएं कहती है प्यार करो, वाह वाह करो वाह वाह। फिजाएं कहती है प्यार करो, बहारें कहती है आंखें चार करो, मगर रायन सर कहते हैं अबे ओए पहले 5वीं तो पास करो।
Definitely Baba. This is a one-way platform, but I can hear the echoes of all the Babas.
तो अभी मैं इधर आई गई है, तो एक छोटा सा अपना लॉकडाउन का किस्सा सुनाई देती हूँ। अभी क्या ही जाता है बोलने के लिए, मेरे को भी बोलने में बड़ा मजा आता है ये सब। तो मैं लॉकडाउन में कुछ काम नहीं कर रही थी ना, तो मेरे को बुलाया गया था एक लॉकडाउन की शादी में, और उधर के जो पंडित जी है ना, उनको कमेंट्री करने का इतना शौक है, इतना शौक है। जब भी कोई शादी कराते हैं ना, कमेंट्री के स्टाइल में शादी कराते हैं। मैं बताती हूँ, ओम भगवान विष्णु स्वाहा, शादी के मंडप में आप लोगों का स्वागत है स्वाहा, ये एक लॉकडाउन शादी है स्वाहा, बारातियों का स्वागत मास्क और सैनिटाइजर से किया जा रहा है स्वाहा, दूल्हे को पीपी किट पहनने से पहले ही पसीने आ रहे हैं स्वाहा, फिर भी गधा हंस रहा है स्वाहा, इसे तो ये भी नहीं पता कि शादी के बाद ये कितनी बड़ी मुसीबत में फंसने वाला है स्वाहा, इस गधे को तो ये भी नहीं पता कि शादी के बाद लॉकडाउन में ये गधे जैसा काम करता रहेगा और वो घोड़े जैसी खाती रहेगी स्वाहा। अब वर और वधू सोशल डिस्टेंसिंग का पालन करके अग्नि के साथ फेरे लेंगे स्वाहा। ये क्या हो गया, दूल्हे के दादा को दूल्हे को पीपी किट में देख के हंसी के साथ खांसी भी आने लग गई है स्वाहा। स्वाहा माहौल उद्ध्वस्त हो गया है, सोशल डिस्टेंसिंग की धज्जियां उड़ गई है स्वाहा, इसलिए मैं भी यहाँ से निकलता हूँ स्वाहा, मेरी दक्षिणा ऑनलाइन ट्रांसफर कर देना। आहा, मैं तो भाग के आ गई भाई शादी से। किसको चाहिए कोरोना पोरोना? अगर आपको चाहिए ना, उस शादी में जाओ, पंडित के इधर काम करो, मस्त कोरोना मिलेगा हर एक शादी में। हाँ, जाना मत, सिर्फ स्कूल शुरू होने के बाद स्कूल ही जाना। तो ये थी मेरी छोटी सी लॉकडाउन का एक छोटा सा किस्सा, और एक जाते जाते शेर भी सुनाई देती हूँ लॉकडाउन के लोगों पे जो कोरोना में बाहर जाके चिल करते हैं ना, उनके लिए अच्छे से सुनना। जली को अक कहती है, बुझी को रख कहती है, जली को अक कहती है, बुझी को रख कहती है, और लॉकडाउन में बाहर जाके चिल करने वाले लोगों में जिस चीज की कमी है उसे दिमाग कहते रे बाबा।
Too good. I just love the way you said शादी के बाद वो गधे के जैसे काम करेगा. And I don't want to take names here, but during one of my online classes, there was actually a father who was doing jhadu in the background. And I was all with empowerment. I said, yay, we have taught non-discrimination in the Ryan group. So it was a truly aha moment for us.
So yeah, it was a relatable event.
Very, very true. So that was lovely, Saloni. What else have you got for us?
No, I just want to say that thank you. I relived my school moment again, and I want to make one request. I know it's not possible. I just want to go and live my school life once, even if it's possible for one day. All those morning prayers, dances, my lectures, my breaks, my dispersal, everything. So it's been a great journey so far, and please keep calling me for such events. I love to be here. I'm very happy to be here.
Gangubai, it is always for us. And all of you, we feel that ABC is a celebrity kid and they will have airs and they'll be so smart. But I know her since 2008. And every time I've spoken to Saloni or I've spoken to Saloni's mom, unconditionally, spontaneously, immediately, there will be a yes without a hesitation. And I think that really goes in showing the values that are inculcated in her from the school, from her parents. So my deepest regards to both your parents. I do miss all my conversations with your mom, and I miss meeting you, adorable Gangubai. I will never forget the anchoring you did for us in IFA. And I tell my students, once a Ryanite, always a Ryanite. So it doesn't matter whether you're here or not. But I know when I call, you will come running. When Ryan sir, when mom calls, you will say, "Bolo kab aana hai? Kidhar mein aane ka hai?" Kya? Correct na?
हमेशा आऊंगी शिवानी मैम, और बस करो, ज्यादा तारीफ मत करो, अभी कितना तारीफ सुनगी गंगूबाई का.
I only praise the ones who I know have got a good head on their shoulders. I know it is not going to go to your head because mama is there in the background. वो सीधे काम करके ऐसे निचोड़ देंगी, सब पूरे वो बोलते हैं ना दादा दादी सब याद आ जाएंगे. So thank
पीछे
you very
छुप
much,
के देख
Rani.
रही होंगी सब कुछ.
I'm sure. I'm sure. So give her my regards and
Yes.
my love to you. And we'd
Thank
love to
you.
see you again. And I can say definitely on behalf of everyone, Chairman Sao ma'am, Ryan sir, Snehal ma'am, Sonal ma'am, everyone, you are our beloved. Okay. So keep
Thank
growing,
you.
keep smiling, and keep making all of us smile.
Means a lot, ma'am. Thank you so much. See you
God
soon.
bless you. God bless you. All the best.
Thank you.
Thank you, Saloni. This is truly going to be a difficult act to follow. We are going to have panel discussion. We were to be joined by Vani Gera, but unfortunately, she has taken ill. Vani, please take care. Get well soon. We will be praying for you. But joining us is going to be our young and dashing Sushant. We are not going to let him go this easily. And also in our panel discussion, our panelists are Devashish Miglani, who is an alumnus of Ryan International School Rohini from the 2019 batch, which is relatively recent. So you can ask him a lot of questions. And of course, the smart and dashing looking Mahir Khan, who is a producer in Mumbai, an alumnus of Ryan International School, Noida, of the 203 batch. So let's start this panel discussion. Hi, Devashish. Welcome. Sushant, welcome once again. No, we can't hear you. I play that trick with my students all the time. I don't say anything. I just lip sync and I say, try connecting once again. And we are being joined by Mahir Khan. I must say, we have a lot of students from Ryan International School, Noida, who have joined the entertainment field. I don't know what it is about Noida ka pani, but we will definitely find out today. Hi, Mahir. Welcome to the panel discussion. Good to see you today.
Hi. Thank you so much.
Do we have all of them with us today, or are we facing some internet difficulties? Hi, Sushant. I should say hi again.
No. Hi.
Hi, Devashish, are you there? All right, say something. No, we can't hear you. So what I suggest is just disconnect your headphones completely. Yeah. Unpair them from your device. All right. And till Devashish joins us, we are going to I'll tell you a little bit about the panel discussion. These are young students, our alumnus. You can see Mahir is from the batch of 2003. Sushant and Devashish are relatively recent. So believe me, they come to you with a lot of experience, with a lot of guidance. And after we ask them a couple of questions, we're going to leave the floor open for you, for the participants, to ask them your doubts, your queries about what they did, right? So I'm going to start with Devashish. Hi, Devashish. So I'm actually doing an audio test. I'm just trying to camouflage it by saying hi to you again and again. Can you just check whether your device mic has been muted? Okay, we can hear you, but very faintly. Just make the volume maximum on your device. Okay. No, it's very, very light. So we'll wait for Devashish to get back to us. But in the meantime, I'm going to start with Sushant. Sushant, you spoke beautifully at the start of the session. And what I want to pick your brains for is you gave them a lot of advice about what to do, to such an extent that I would love it if I could play your recording in every school to tell them, because you gave such good pointers. But it's not that it's the other side of the coin, but what I want you to tell them is what not to do. What are the mistakes you made which they can avoid? The young generation is, so hip and happening. They say, we'll make our own mistakes, but really they don't want to make their own mistakes. So what I want them to learn from you is, what were the mistakes you made which impacted your choices, and how you can tell them to avoid making those mistakes. So we'll start with you, Sushant.
Sure, Mama. It really reminds me of one of the very famous quotes of Chanakya. He said that life is too short to learn from your mistakes. It's better to learn from everyone's mistakes. So that's the point, actually. And that's what I could not do during the pandemic, because I could not meet people physically. So I could not learn from my friends' mistakes who were preparing at the same time. So I was in isolation, in a cocoon, right? So when I'm in a cocoon, right, I cannot know what should I do, what can I not do, right? So that's one of the very important point, that please learn from others' mistake as well. It usually happen in a class, for example. Let's say if a student answers, a question not in the right manner, so usually teacher, says that, you need to, set these things here right. and the other students feel, hey, the child answered wrong, so we are safe, we are smarter because the child answered wrong. That's not the point. The point is that others need to also take care of the fact that that instruction is for everyone, for the whole class, so that you don't repeat it again. So that is one of the major point I would say that which I committed, actually, due to which my ranks a little bit dwindled and all. But I would say that that was one mistake which I committed. That is, I did not learn from others' mistakes, right? So I was just I was just aware about my situation, about my fact that yes, I can do the best. So that's not the right way. So learn from others' mistakes as well.
Absolutely. Because, when we make mistakes, we have 3-4 mistakes to fall back on and say, okay, this is what I need correcting. But when you look at the plethora of mistakes out there, you learn so much more. So that's what I wanted to impress upon everybody else. Hi, Devashish. No, we still can't hear you. So I think we're going to either do lip reading or we're going to do typing out. So I'd request you to kindly log out and log in again. So what I suggest, Devashish, is just completely log out. Just restart your computer and then log in again. Okay, great. So Mahir, I'm going to veer towards you. When young students think that, they're very fascinated with the glamour industry, with the film industry, but everything that a child wants to do is hero apun banega. They want to be the hero. They want to be the actor. Maximum they feel, okay, I'll be the director. But you here have gone and carved out a niche for yourself, which is something very unusual. You've become a producer. So what was that like? Why did you want to become a producer? Your transition from academics to production, just tell us about it, because I'm really curious to know how it happened, when it happened. And I do believe you've got some really big ticket shows under your belt. So I think it's going to really inspire all the students out there.
Right. So I started my career as a child artist, and
so you did act. You did act.
Yes, I did. But I always wanted to make it big. मुझे लगता था कि मैं because मेरा जो passion है, that is film making. और अगर production या film industry या TV industry में आपको आना है, तो that passion, that spark has to be there. अगर वो नहीं है, आप कितना भी एफर्ट करेंगे, आप कितनी कोशिश करेंगे, बट वो सक्सेस नहीं मिलेगा जिसकी सबको चाह होती है. सो मेरा जो जर्नी रहा, मैं स्कूल में मेरे टीचर्स ने, मेरे प्रिंसिपल ने, सब ने बहुत सपोर्ट किया, एनकरेज किया मुझे, जो मेरा टैलेंट था उसको शोकेस करने के लिए एज एन एक्टर. देन एज आई सेड, आई ऑलवेज वांट टू मेक इट कि मैं प्रोड्यूस करूं, मैं ऐसा कंटेंट क्रिएट करूं, बिकॉज मेरा पैशन है. मुझे एक लिमिटेड चीज तक सीमित नहीं रहना है. आई वांट टू मेरा कैनवस बड़ा होना चाहिए. मेरे साथ में जो सीनियर लोग हैं, जो इंडस्ट्री में लोग हैं, जो बहुत अच्छा काम करते हैं, जिनसे हम सब वाकिफ हैं, मैं उनके साथ काम करना चाहता था. सो मेरी जो सोच थी, दैट वाज टू मेक इट ग्रैंड एंड बिग, कैनवस को बड़ा करना. और प्रोडक्शन एक ऐसी चीज़ है, अगर आप उसको बहुत तरीके से और सलीके से करेंगे, तो उसमें आपको हर कुछ सारी चीज़ें करने की अपॉर्चुनिटी मिलती है. इट्स अ अम्ब्रेला वेयर यू कैन एक्सप्लोर एवरीथिंग ऑफ आवर इंडस्ट्री. सो जो मेरा सफ़र रहा वो बड़ा डिफ़िकल्ट था, बिकॉज एक एक्टर से प्रोड्यूसर बनना इज़ नॉट दैट ईजी. बट येस,
नॉट एट ऑल इजी. बहुत मशक्कत करनी पड़ी होगी, आई कैन इमेजिन.
जी, तो उसी को मैंने अपने देखिए, मुझे बहुत सारे रिजेक्शंस मिले. इट्स हमारी इंडस्ट्री में एक थोड़ी सी खामी मैं अगर कहूँ, तो वो ये है कि हम बहुत इम्पेशेंट हो जाते हैं, जो कि बहुत गलत है. और स्पेशली फिल्म और टीवी प्रोडक्शन के लिए आपको बहुत ही पेशेंस की ज़रूरत है. इट्स नॉट अ ईजी जॉब, इट्स वेरी डिफ़िकल्ट. ये रूटीन वर्क नहीं है कि 9 to 5 हमने जॉब किया और हम अपने घर आ गए वापस. कभी कभी आपको 24 घंटे तक शूटिंग करनी पड़ती है, नॉन स्टॉप, फ्रॉम स्पॉट बॉय टू एक्टर्स टू ऑल द टेक्नीशियंस एंड डायरेक्टर इंक्लूडिंग प्रोड्यूसर्स. दे हैव टू सिट ऑन द सेट्स टू मॉनिटर एवरीथिंग. बहुत अच्छे से डिलीवर होना चाहिए जो भी आप, चाहे वो फिल्म कर रहे हैं, टीवी कर रहे हैं, या फिर नाउ OTT प्लेटफॉर्म्स आर देयर which are doing very good. So तीनों इंडस्ट्रीज में थोड़ा सा डिफरेंस है. फिल्म का कैनवस बहुत बड़ा होता है, एंड व्हेन इट कम्स टू टीवी इज अ इडियट बॉक्स, जैसा हम सब जानते हैं. बट टीवी की मेकिंग अलग है, film की making अलग है, and now when OTT platforms are there, it's more difficult. You know, आज आपके पास competition आजकल इतना है, इतने options हैं आपके पास कि audience को 2 मिनट के लिए भी screen पे रोक पाना is a difficult task, which a good creator, a good content maker can only do. So वही सफ़र मैं अभी तक वो चल रहा है और इंशाल्लाह आगे भी जारी रहेगा. मेरी पूरी कोशिश ये रहती है कि मैं खुद खाली प्रोड्यूसर का काम, नॉट ओनली फाइनेंसेस बट ओवरऑल प्रोडक्शन को देखना, उसकी जो प्रोडक्ट है, जो कंटेंट वो क्रिएट करने की कोशिश कर रहा है, उसको बहुत अच्छे से मॉनिटर करना और उसको बखूबी डिलीवर करना. That is the main thing of a good content creator.
Absolutely. As they say, content is king. If your content is good, you will shine, you will achieve success. And I veer towards Devashish. Hi, Devashish.
Oh, again, there is some issue with.
So he says, hi, hello, ma'am, can you hear me? So I can do lip reading, but only till a certain extent. So, Devashish, I think you're having some failure. Would you like to log in with your mobile phone? Maybe that will give you a better platform. Yeah. Okay. So he's going to do that. In the meantime, I am going to ask my backend team if you have started getting any question answers from the public. And if we haven't, then I'm going to ask my questions. All right. So let me ask my first question to you, Mahir.
Yeah.
The fact that COVID happened, I think, was a boon for a lot of people, right? Whether it was people who were, I would even say, content creators like you, because the fact that a lot of people who were diehard theater fans started accepting OTT as a platform, started going towards foreign language films, which they would never have had the exposure of in a regular theater. So what do you think about, as a producer, as somebody would have to distribute your own content, do you think that OTT is too much of a competition and theater is going to die out because they did that with print media and television news and print news? Or do you think it has space to coexist?
So I don't think ऐसा कुछ होगा, because तीनों जो मीडियम हैं वो तीनों की अपनी अपनी जगह है. सी जो इंडिया में आज भी टेलीविजन का जो रीच है वो OTT से कहीं ज़्यादा है, अगर हम ओवरऑल सिनेरियो, ओवरऑल बात करें तो. बट येस, क्या है कि आपके मोबाइल फ़ोन में यू हैव एक्सेस, you have all the OTT platforms installed. So anytime, whenever you want, you can open it and see. थिएटर में थोड़ा सा ये है कि आपको टिकट लेना है, then you have to travel, आपको वहाँ जाकर करना है. तो लेकिन कहीं ना कहीं फ़र्क ज़रूर पड़ा है. जो ऑडियंस है वो शिफ्ट ज़रूर हुई है OTT प्लेटफॉर्म्स की तरफ. उसका एक बड़ा रीज़न ये है कि बहुत ही अच्छा कंटेंट वहाँ पर देखने को मिल रहा है. जो चीज़ें, जैसा आपने कहा, फॉरेन लैंग्वेजेस की, जिनको बिल्कुल इल्म ही नहीं था, दूर दूर तक हमें नहीं पता था, जो इंडस्ट्री से नहीं ताल्लुक़ रखते हैं, कि अगर हम किसी बाहर की कोई शो की बात करें तो हमें नहीं मालूम था कि वो क्या है. बट नाउ व्हेन यू हैव अ प्लेटफॉर्म वेयर यू कैन इमीडिएटली आप वो कंटेंट देख सकते हैं और इजीली अवेलेबल है. वो सबसे बड़ी जो बात है वो ये है. लेकिन फिल्म अपनी जगह पे रहेगा. जो थिएटर्स में जाना, जो उसका जो क्रेज़ है, जो हमेशा से रहा है और आगे भी वैसे ही रहेगा. लेकिन OTT की मैं एक बात और कहना चाहूँगा कि वहाँ पे वो कंटेंट की लिबर्टी आपको मिलती है. अगर मैं एज अ क्रिएटर, मेरा थॉट है कि मुझे क्राइम को इस तरह से दिखाना चाहिए जो कि बहुत क्लोज टू द रियलिटी है. हमारे फिल्म्स में थोड़ा सा सेंसर है, टीवी में रिस्ट्रिक्शंस हैं, बट OTT प्लेटफॉर्म्स में आप वो चीज़, आप बात सीधी सीधी कह सकते हैं जो आप कहना चाहते हैं. तो एक प्लस पॉइंट वो भी है. और आने वाले वक्त में तीनों इंडस्ट्रीज इक्वली, बट यस, OTT प्लेटफॉर्म्स थोड़ा ज़्यादा अच्छा करेंगे.
Right. So I can see a lot of questions have started coming in, but I will veer towards Devashish once again. Hi, Devashish.
Hi, am I audible now? Finally.
Yes.
Good evening, everyone. I'm very
Yes.
sorry for the inconvenience.
Not at all. Not at all. So it kept the interest alive. So I'm going to ask you one main question.
Right.
We are here with all of you. our prestigious alumni here today. What is that one thing that you took away from the Ryan schools as one learning, as you something which you've made part of your mental makeup? I would say part of your default function, a value that you live by even today.
All right. I guess that as a person, the contributions that this institution has had in me is something that has shaped me as a person, right? The biggest lesson that I've learned throughout my school life is to believe in myself. I remember those days when I was a 16, 17-year odd, teenager who is going through so many changes in his life. And I was questioning everything that came through. But it was a support that my teachers rendered, that it was an unwavering support, the belief that they had in me, right? That I could do better, that every day was a new opportunity to do something greater than yesterday, right? I guess that is something which gave me the confidence of believing in myself. The all the opportunities that Ryan International presents to you, right, from all the events that it organizes, the kind of stimulating discussions, the everyday opinion sharing that takes place during your classrooms, right? They help you to understand your strengths and weaknesses, and it provides you the opportunity to produce a confluence of ideas. So I believe that for me, it has always been the ability to believe in myself, right? And I take this opportunity and take this platform also to thank all my teachers who had that belief in me, to push me forward every single day and gave me the confidence to believe in myself as well.
Well said. I'm so glad you could join us and we could hear you. So I'm going to take some questions which I can see. Mehnaz asks, what education did you opt for receiving exposure towards getting established as a producer? I think Mahir, that's for you. And Arushi says sometimes life brings you to a place where you don't know what will happen to you. That feeling of fear and unpredictability. How do you deal with it? So I suppose that would be open for anyone, but I also have been given a little restriction of timing, so I won't hurry you up. And Advika says, how do I stick to my goals without getting distracted? So I'll throw this first to Sushant.
I would really love to answer one question. I would rather say that, see, like I said, focus is equally important for getting focused, right? Because machine, if because human body is like a machine, if it works 24 hours, it's just to mean some things, study, it won't work. It won't use the full results that we're expecting. So those distractions, you can consider them as a defocusing act, right? Make your distraction become a distraction. There's a difference between distraction. Like, for example, chatting social media is good, right? But 7, if you're on social media and that's true for chatting, that's not right, right? So it's better you manage your time. Let there be distractions so that you can just get defocused before really getting focused to anything. And defocus is not always going to be negative. Be optimistic. For example, you really love run. That might be a distraction from your work or studies, but fine. That's just a week. That's what I would like to say.
Thank you, Sushant. And I do know you said it is 99% preparation and 1% luck. So I'm not going to test my luck on everybody's internet connection right now. I'm really sorry. What I am going to do for all of you, I'm actually getting inundated with questions. I am going to send those questions across to you, and I would request your patience to please answer them for each and every one of us. But I won't test everyone's internet connection right now. Thank you so much for this lovely panel discussion. Thank you to each and every one of you who has joined us here today. Thank you so much, Mahir, for coming in and speaking to us. Thank you, Sushant. Thank you, Debashish. It has been wonderful talking to you. And I wish each and every one of you the best of luck for your future careers. Thank you so much.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much.
Thank you. With that, we come to our keynote address by our director, Dr. Snehal Pinto, ma'am. As a director of the Ryan International Group of Institutions, she has been instrumental in getting the Ryan Pen Hub partnership in collaboration with the College Board provide higher education opportunities to students like you, over 15,000 students who graduate annually from the Ryan Group. She has got her doctorate in education from the Nova Southeastern University, USA. And under her mentorship, the Ryan Global School has been listed among the top 10 international schools in India for several years by Education Board. Dr. Pinto was recently awarded the ATL Teachers of Change Award in Maharashtra State for her exemplary leadership to galvanize innovation in education. The very eloquent, the very lovely Dr. Snehal Pinto. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Shivani Miss. Firstly, Good evening to each one of you, our Rhinites, our Rhine alumni, our current Rhinites, our teachers and parents, both within India and across the world. It is my joy and privilege to be here today. You know, I'm so grateful to our Christ Jesus for enabling all of this effort and the culmination of it today in Ryan Olympics 2021. So very grateful to Christ for this and for each one of you. Firstly, on behalf of our chairman, sir, Dr. A.F. Pinto, and Managing Director, Madam Grace Pinto, and all of us in the Rhine community, I want to extend my heartfelt gratitude to each of you for your time, for your valuable insights at this event, the Rhine Olympics 2021. It is a proud moment to have each one of you with us today, and I was very inspired and very enriched to listen and learn from each of your exciting journeys and interesting ones. We always cherish our interactions with our Ryan alumni, especially when we meet you on our flights or at events or on your visits to school. And I know Vinci sir and leading with sir and ma'am are always keen on learning about your progress. And, we take great pride, and it is very gratifying to see you progress well and be well placed in life. And it is also, I'm so grateful to God that we have had the privilege of playing a role. Each of the schools that you all have studied in has played a role in your lives, in laying the foundation for lifelong learning, if I may say so. And that's why I'm very heartened to hear. I was very heartened to hear Sushant say, how can you forget school? School has made me what I am today, and on those lines. And thank you for that. And I know each one of you alumni resonates that in some way or the other. And I am glad that you will not forget your school. In fact, you have not, and that's why this effort has been possible today. And thanks to technology, wherever you are across the world, Australia is night, Lakshan, you're with us. And it's a great day. And Ryan Olympics 2021 is a celebration of a Ryan alumni community. Well, with this effort, we have started a new chapter of radical collaboration at Ryan's, and fundamentally building communities is about nurturing values and shared ownership. And looking at the breadth and the depth and the diversity of a Ryan alumni community across India and the world, who I believe are true strength, each of you have come with your rich stories and insights and the authenticity, and you have sparked a new dynamic in us and really encouraged us to forge ahead in this direction. And today's this entire effort enabled by Ryan TV, and thank you, Shibani Miss, for enabling that and moderating it so well. You have done something with the effort and the community at Ryan's to really transcend differences. This world is obsessed with building walls and firewalls, but we at Ryan's are committed to building bridges that goes across, that transcends differences and unites us all in shared learning. And that's why I was so glad to hear each one of you bring that diversity to the table, and yet resonating one common thread across, and that is your aspiration to build a better world. And one of the most important skills in the 21st century will be our ability to reinvent ourselves constantly. And mentoring and reverse mentoring will be a critical component to facilitate lifelong learning. And that's why we need to build and be a part of diverse learning communities. That's why I was very thrilled and I'm super proud to be reverse mentored by our Ryan alumni. With the exchange of new ideas and insights and your active participation, you play a key role in democratizing inspiration, galvanizing creativity, innovation, and meaningful impact at scale. I'm reminded of a quote by an American psychologist, Erickson, who said learning isn't a way of reaching one's potential, but rather a way of developing it. And so let's ignite our spirit for lifelong learning, exchange ideas and insights to learn and develop the true potential, our God-given true potential, and shape the future together. Lastly, I'm grateful to each of you for sharing your personal stories, inspiring ones, and your wealth of experience, and really genuinity at work. And it is on behalf of all of us. We're super proud of each one of you. Some of you I know personally. And our best wishes as you pursue excellence and steadfast readiness to make your mark on the world while you sculpt a life of happiness and productivity that you will be proud of one day. So with deep affection, regards, and gratitude from all of us at Ryan's, thank you again.
Thank you so much, Snehal ma'am. It is always a joy to hear you speak. And I don't know about the students, but I am so thankful that you included me in this program. Thank you so much for joining us here today. Snehal ma'am, Ryan sir, all our alumnus who was here with us today, Sushant and Ayush and Laksh and Anupam and Saloni and Devashish and Mahir. It was a joy meeting all of you, some of you again. And we hope that, as ma'am said, this is just chapter 1 of the Ryan Connect Alumpics 2021. And we should have many more, and not maybe 1 year later, but as often and as quickly as we can. So it was a complete joy. Thank you to Univariety for providing such super support. Thank you to all of you for participating. I know we've got super participation on this platform and on YouTube as well. It was a joy meeting all of you, and I hope to meet all of you once again very soon. My deepest regards and thanks to our visionary chairman, sir, Dr. A.F. Pinto, and to managing director, Madam Dr. Grace Pinto. Thank you. It's because of you that each and every student is what they are today.
Yes. Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you again.
Thank you. With that, we come to the end of this session. Thank you so much for participating.